Hello, Professor. This is Pawan Prakash.
And I'm Jimmy Kishore, and today we are going to present our fully functional independent Internet of Things system containing all components and the interoperability components displaying the scenarios. So initially what we are going to present is we are going to present an overview of our system, and then we are going to display the independent functionalities of these systems, operating them over one web application and controlling them. And after that we'll be displaying the dynamic functionalities, out of which we have emergency scenarios, displaying the alert functionalities, and then the general scenarios for which are displaying the daytime functionality and the nighttime functionality, and also a power saving functionality. So we'll start with Pawan telling the overview of our system.
Okay, I'll be showing you the connections and the basically the IoT system which we have built. Uh, this is the system where you can see a Raspberry Pi, which we are using it to drive and control the independent IoT systems. The independent IoT systems which we have are a smart light system, and a smart temperature and humidity monitoring system, a smart air quality system, a motion sensor detector, and then a light detector. We also have an smart window system which is being controlled through a stepper motor. We are to drive this stepper motor, we are using one more Raspberry Pi. You can see a driver which connected to this Raspberry Pi, which is used to drive this stepper motor, which operates the flap, which just demonstrates the opening and closing of a window. This more looks like a door, but just consider it as a window for now, for this demo purpose. And then we have a web application to control and monitor. You can see this web application where we are using this to control and monitor the individual IoT systems. You can see the light system, window system, and then temperature and humidity monitoring system and air quality monitoring system. You can also see this person walking. If a motion is detected, this particular GIF will be running. If a motion is not detected, then it will disappear. And then there is if it is also light detector is also integrated to this system, which shows if the light is detected, this background will be a brick one. If light is not detected, it shows that the background will change, and it shows that it is dark and or night. So we will show it when we are giving an actual demonstration of each and individual operations. So now the operations part will be explained by Jeevan.
Yeah, so let me show you an overview of our system, how the independent functionalities will work. So let me start by choosing the light detector. So light detector contains a light detection sensor, which is then controlled by a Raspberry Pi, which will be running as a server. So a light detector server will be running, which will be sending messages to interoperable server. So we have an MQTT interoperable server running in the web. So this is an interoperable server. You can see that light detector just now joined, and we'll be getting the light detector readings as and when they change. So now there is no light detected. We have set the light detection to a high value of light detection. So I'll be activating the light detection to unnatural light, and see, as when the light is activated, a light detection shows that there is light available, and uh, the background in this the background image in the control, the user interface control, is shown to be a daytime. So when I switch off the light, and uh, when I switch off the light, you can see that the light is again back to no light, and for the user it will be showing that there is um, background which is a dark, which is represents the night kind of image in the background. uh, so this is our first light detection system, and the next one is the motion detection system. So this motion detection system contains a motion detector which is connected to Raspberry Pi, which will be running a motion detection server. So the motion detection server I'll be starting right now. Oh, sorry. So now the motion detection server is running, and we have the motion detection server running, and it is shown that it is just joined the server. Here we can see that the motion detector just joined. So when the motion detector joined, the motion detection values can be will be updated to the server. So now the server will send it to the client, that is the your web application. So you can see that there is a person walking around over there. When we cut off the motion into that, the person will be gone. So the motion stopped, and there is no GIF of running, which represents the no motion. And here the server has also received that there is motion has ended. And so this is how it works. So the next one is the gas sensor. So when there is a gas, the gas sensor contains a gas sensor which is controlled by Raspberry Pi again, and it has its own server running here. So I'll be starting the server, gas sensor server. So the gas sensor server is now just now started. In the interoperable server, you can see that the smoke detector has just joined. So when we trigger a abnormal gas situation, for simulating a abnormal gas situation, I'll be giving a lighter gas into it and making it detect it. So when I start it, it detects the smoke. So now the smoke is detected, and that the server understands that there is a smoke detected, and which is passed on to this smoke detected messages through smoke detected messages. These smoke detected messages go into the user interface, and the user knows that the smoke is detected through this image. And if I cut off the smoke, which it returns to normal, and here also it returns to normal. So there will be normal message they're pinging, and the server also will receive the normal message. And after this, there is a okay. Smart light systems contains a lamp which is controlled by a relay, which is then controlled by a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi runs a lamp server, that is a smart light server, and the server sends messages to the interoperable server, and the interoperable server sends to the control for which the user sees the user can control the machines and its operation. So now let us let us show the independent functionality of this smart light system. So the first independent functionality is that it can be switched on and switched off. So when when we click on the light here, the light is switched on, and there is a switched on symbol appearing here. And when I switch off the light, switch off the light switches off. So how this works is, when I trigger a switch on message here, the server generates a switch on message and change the status to on, and this will send a switch on message to the server, to an interoperable server, and the interoperable server and sends that message back to user interface, and that thus it updates. And the same thing happens when I switch it off. And now I'll show the functionality of a smart window. So a smart window system is deployed here. Oh, so this represents a smart window which is right now open. So this is the smart window server running here. So the smart windows status is open, and the input value is normal. When for based on different values it will take decision. So now let us operate the window. So now I'll be right now you can see that the window is open. I'll click it to close. So when I click close, the window closes, and when I open it, the window opens. So I'll be clicking close, open, click. I'll be clicking open. Yes. So this thus it's updates when it open. So these are the independent functionalities that we have in our systems. So each of these are operating through an MQTT broker, that is MQTT broker running on my system, and which will send messages to this to the user interface or the user control. So now we'll be displaying the dynamic functionalities of our system. Okay, stop.